Hello everybody. In today's video what I'm going to be doing is something that has been requested a few times over the channel, but I haven't been able to do it because I hadn't had enough space. But now that I have my own place, I can now have enough space to do that, and that is to show off my pile of shame collection, or pile of opportunity, or unpainted miniatures, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, since I have recently moved into my own place, I have been going through all my miniatures and they've been piling up, and now I can see how much miniatures I actually have that are unpainted. So it's quite a lot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to display a lot of them here for you. Maybe I'll even stack them up against this wall here and we'll see how high they are to me and see how much of a miniature collection that I have that is unpainted. So let's get into this video and see how many miniatures I have in my backlog. Okay, so starting off, we're going to start off with these shelves right here, and these are all full of miniatures currently. So what we have here is up the top, we have here a bunch of miniatures that came from the Bones 5 Kickstarter that I still haven't painted up yet. I still have a lot that I need to paint up in there, but as well as that, we also have some of these Warhammer like blind boxes of miniatures. I'm going to be doing a video on them pretty soon. I've got a few of them lined up, so I want to do a video there because I don't know what is in any of these. It's sort of like a random draw of what miniature you get, so that would be fun there. I also have some Song of Ice and Fire miniatures that I've just got very recently, conscripts, which are for the Night Swatch faction. But when we get to the big stuff, which I'm going to start doing now, you can see what a big chunk of my miniature painting is painting up the pre-primed WizKids miniatures here, and you can see I have quite a few of them, and all the containers, all these boxes here are full of them, not entirely full of them, but the majority of them are the WizKids models. I also have some old War Machine models in here as well. And basically how I started this hobby was from playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I wanted some miniatures. I was buying pre-painted miniatures, which was super expensive, and I wasn't happy with the quality of the paint jobs on some of the miniatures that I received, and I thought, hold on a minute, I'm pretty sure I could do better if I tried. So I brought some paints, and that is how this whole channel came to be. But as you can see here, I also have some more specialized ones. These are Gale Force 9. I don't believe Gale Force 9 makes miniatures for D&D anymore. I also have these ones I got from a Kickstarter here, Kraken ships, where they do unique D&D characters and put them into miniature forms that you don't usually find miniatures of. Back in the day when I brought these, which was quite a few years ago now, they probably have a lot of these types of things in terms of miniatures for the more unique characters. But as you can see, there is my first pile right here. Okay, so right here is one of the very first places that I decided to start hiding my pile of shame miniatures, and that is one of my drawers I used to have my clothes in. This was the bottom drawer. I didn't have anything in it at the time, so I decided to start filling it with miniatures. As you can see here, we have quite a few more Song of Ice and Fire miniatures, which as you can see goes 3 layers down for all of these here, which are all a Song of Ice and Fire miniature. So quite a lot there that I have to get to. The reason why I have so much Song of Ice and Fire miniatures is because it's probably the game that I play most for the tabletop wargaming. Me and my friends find it quite fun, so I went quite hard in on getting them a bunch of sets, as I was the one to introduce them to them. So I brought a bunch of sets so we could all play together at my house. So as well as that, we also have very big expensive miniatures. So this one here, of course, Alariel, probably my favorite miniature that I own. I really like the look of this miniature, but I've been super intimidated to paint this, to even try painting this, but also I did not have the space to, even if I did paint it, to display it somewhere nicely where it couldn't get broken, because I had all my miniatures in tubs where I have them. But now that I have my own place, I can now afford to place somewhere nice and safe for it to have it displayed, and I want to put a lot of effort into that. As well as that, you can also see a few more that we have here of nice big miniatures that I wanted to be nice big projects, but at the time I didn't have the area to paint them and display them nicely so they wouldn't get destroyed. Okay, and this part here is going to be the part that made me want to show you all of my pile of shame here, because when I was moving I decided to put all my miniatures into a wardrobe that I have here next to my miniature painting setup set, because I decided to put them right next to it, and so I'd have easy access and stuff like that to them. But little did I know of how much miniatures I actually had. So just so you know, everything in here is not included what we've filmed already. So we can see here all of my miniatures piled up. Now this is from the floor all the way up to basically the top of this wardrobe here. As you can see, we have quite a few miniatures, play sets and boxes that I have not painted up. There is pre-painted miniatures, so that doesn't count towards my pile of shame, so that's great. But as you can see, we have quite a lot here that goes all around this nice big wardrobe. And you can see that I have quite a lot of projects to do. Housing sets, which is basically for terrain, because I do want to do you know, battlefield boards and awesome terrain builds and that, so I wanted to get some you know, nice display houses for that, and these sets by Games Workshop are really cool. And then of course I wouldn't be a miniature painter if I didn't have a few army boxes as well. As you can see here, I've got two of the Seraphon army boxes. I think these models just really stick out to me. I really like the look of them. They're very, very cool. As well as that too, that gives me the option to have the two different versions of the big dinosaur in the background. I really like both versions, so I eventually ended up by getting two sets. This is the older one and this is the newer one. I like a lot of the newer sculpts on these models. As well as that too, we also have the Sylvaneth, which is another one that really stuck out to me. So I mean, I wouldn't be a proper miniature painter if I didn't have any of the GW starting army boxes, would I? As well as that, I've also got some like anime-like miniatures. I believe these are sort of for like Gundam miniatures there that you can sort of use to set out a entire set. But I thought it'd be fun to use as like a diorama, sort of like it shows there. I think that would be fun to do, and it would get me out of my comfort zone a little of doing just like realistic fantasy miniatures. So I thought buying these would be quite fun and interesting to try and step a little bit outside of my comfort zone. So let me know if you'd want to see those as well. I think that'd be something interesting and different for the channel too. As well as that, I also have some limited edition figures, you know, where they have only made a few of them. So these ones here, all 1500 that have been produced. So I have quite a few sort of rarer miniatures, I guess. These ones here are from the Temple of Elemental Evil. Another bunch of miniatures I have here, the Warhammer Underworld set. I have quite a lot of sets, as you can see here, and these are just really awesome miniatures. I haven't played the game or anything before, but I have a lot of the sets because I think their models are so cool and unique in terms of if you want to get into a Warhammer army itself. But for me, I love painting up a lot of their miniatures because they're super detailed, and you get just sort of a taste of the whole army. So if you want to start an army when you're playing Warhammer, but you're not sure you want to commit to the whole thing, but you want to see what they paint up like and get a bit of variety of the miniatures, you can easily buy one of these Underworld set where you can get a taste of the faction there. So here's one that's a really interesting. A lot of miniature. These here are Malifaux miniatures. I have never painted up any of them before, but I thought they looked really cool, and they're super intricate and detailed. So this is one that I wanted to highlight in my collection when I was piling up all of the miniatures. Another lot I have here is Elder Scrolls miniatures, the Call to Arms skirmish game. I have here the Stormcloak starter set and the Imperial starter set. Now, as you can see, I have multiple piles that come right up to the top here, right down to the floor, all the way up to past my head, and I was wondering if I was going to have enough miniatures to do this. Now, by the way, I'm actually quite tall. I'm 6'3", so quite tall in terms of height, and you can see that I easily have enough miniatures here that could easily go above my head in nice. At least I've got 4 piles here that could easily be above my head. And don't forget, ones like this pile here, that's double stacked here, so I could easily place that there. It would easily reach my roof multiple times. So you can see that I have quite a few miniatures that I need to paint up in my backlog. For someone who hasn't been doing this hobby for like 20 years or anything like that, I've been doing it pretty much as long as my channel's been around. In fact, the first video I put on my channel was about the 5th miniature I'd ever painted in my life. So you can clearly see a good journey in terms of how my miniature painting's gone. But I do have, you know, over 200 videos off my channel. So I've painted at least 200 miniatures, and you can see I've got quite a few more here to paint up. But what I might do is put all these things back, and then maybe you can give me some suggestions of some things that you've seen in here that you might like to see me paint up in the future. You can see just how crazy my collection is. In fact, throughout the video, I might, while I was piling them all up here, maybe I'll go through and show you some close-up of some of my more fancier models that I have available. But you can see here that I have quite the collection of miniatures that, oh my god, well, actually putting it up here like this is really put into perspective that I need to slow down on buying miniatures and actually focus on some of the things I've got to paint up here, as I have quite a bit to do. So with all that said, guys, as you can see, I've got a lot of miniatures to crack on with here, and by all means, I'm going to be doing most of these on the channel, so you'll be able to see this pile slowly, hopefully, diminish, and hopefully I can slow down a little bit on buying a bunch of miniatures, because now I have full perspective of how many miniatures I actually have. So, with all that said, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching in this video of the absolute chaos I have here of all my miniatures. And I'd just like to thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video when we try and tackle a few more of these things. So thank you all, guys, and I'll see you all later.